currently our building is too damaged to actually live within, and that is under reconstruction and will take probably between 9 to 12 months to complete. This is the first floor of the ground floor of our children's home in Shepparton, Bhaktapur, and this is where I was when the earthquake of 7.8 struck. And thankfully we were all outside. The whole building was shaking this way and this way. Literally we could see it moving. The whole earth actually felt like as if it turned to water. And we ran to our safe field, and as we were running it was stumbling because the earth was moving and undulating unbelievably. This is unsafe to live in now until it's repaired, because if we were to have another major tremor, then the potential of these walls collapsing is very high. In the meantime, we need somewhere to stay, and so we have 3 really huge, they're not really tents, they're called domos, and they're by a company called More Than Shelters, who specifically design long-lasting tents, more specifically for refugees. I guess you could say we are earthquake refugees. And so we have first one here is our girls' room, the second one is our boys' room, and the third one is our study room. And our animal stable has been converted to a storage room and temporary kitchen, and we're going to also build additional toilet facility. We've just returned from a travel to Sindhupalchok, one of the most affected areas. We visited a number of the projects that Hands with Hands is involved with there. 15 years Hands with Hands, myself, Kira Kay and TEAM Nepal has been working with a variety of different schools. Unfortunately, like more than 20,000 schools in the affected areas, Talamarang Tursa School was badly affected. That means that all of their buildings have been damaged to the point where the only option is to destroy them and for rebuilding to happen. Continuing the education for children allows a continuity of routine, which really helps to stabilise after such a disaster. But more importantly, it helps to stabilise for their future. If the children were to, for example, not attend school for several months or for a year, it would be unlikely that they would return to school. Unfortunately, the earthquake impact was so harsh in some of the school areas that even the land upon which the school buildings was cracked and split, and we weren't at this point able to even build temporary schoolrooms. So to compensate for that, my local team, TEAM Nepal, designed an idea to build a school hostel. We have 8 of these big domo tents that we have now created a student hostel, and the students who come here have come from schools that are now no longer existing because the school has been totally destroyed, and they're now attending the TERS Secondary School in Talamarang VDC, and we have a kitchen facility, we have live-in staff who both do the cooking, help with the cleaning, toilet facilities. We've also got water and water filters. So we have a really safe environment now for the children. And there's a rotation of the teachers from the TERS Secondary School who also live here with the children.
So, are you asking to me why you starting children home in the mountain? If you take the children from village to keep in 20 years in Kathmandu, there are no way they're coming home. They are lost. So when the children grow here, they know everything. Everybody, they have to know it. This is not children's home. Actually, this is a home. And vegetable, buffalo, and goat, in the fresh air. So in the mountain they have opportunity. Other thing is the cost also. It's if you take care of one child in the city, and that kind of cost you can get 2 child in the village. So one, their children, they always living with the community because they're not alone. They have neighbor in the friend. They know how to grow. They're going down in the market, 20-minute walk, and every day they're physically also fitness. In Kathmandu, children, they go in school and come back. You look, children is clean, have clean dress, have good food. Look is healthy, but it's not. They are actually in the mind a little bit empty because they know only book. In the moment, we need the book also, but we need the practical things also. We have to take it together. We cannot make 100% self-sustainable, but we'll try. We are very lucky. They're nothing different, You are white, I'm in the green, black. We are human. Everybody needs sleep. Everybody needs food. That's it. You have to listen always in your heart to make the decision is the right decision. Don't make the decision in your mind. Make too fast. And you see something here and you cry. And you say, you make big promise. Okay, I go back in Australia. I sell my goat. I sell my cow. And I give you money for it. This we don't need it. Keep your cow. Keep your buffalo. You need it. But please, if you have 20 liters of milk, sell 1 liter milk, please send them. That's profit. It's enough. So you sell everything and you give in TEAM Nepal hand with hand. Then after you have problem. So you make more problem. So we don't want to see make more problem. So this is our mother land. This is art. So we're killing. We're destroying now. We don't feel it. Without this earth, this land, we cannot be alive. See, we put the rubbish everywhere, and we cutting the tree everywhere. And one day, this planet they're crying and angry. So every human being is possible. Without water, without nature, without tree, you cannot be alive. Maybe some year. So that's why you make the big promise. You're touching the earth. We have to do something. Thank you so much.
While we were just now out at Sindhupalchok, we also had discussions with a number of the schools in terms of the rebuilding. Hands with Hands philosophy is and has always been about give the net, not the fish. My passion is to empower the local people to rebuild safely, rebuild schools safely, and to rebuild homes safely. According to seismologists who have been investigating both before and after the earthquake, it seems most probable that there will still be another major earthquake. Since the earthquake has happened, I've been working with the local Nepali eco-building company, Abari, Nirpal Adhikari. He has had a vision for giving back to Nepal, for building sustainably, for teaching and educating young men and women how to do this type of building. We're working with a local education college to provide the hands-on training alongside the technology and the training from Abari, buildings that are made from local materials, from the rocks, from the clay, from the wood, from the bamboo that is locally sourced. And this is really important because even more so since the recent fuel crisis and the border blocked between India and Nepal, because the main ingredients of building with cement and iron, which is the currently safe way of rebuilding, is very limited because of the cost. Even with the subsidies provided by the government and the international organisations, for most, this will be beyond their capacity to give the power of rebuilding into the hands of the local people. And this allows them to build in their own pace. It also really allows for the development of economy. So as we train local people how to build safely, they can then also create their own businesses in terms of building then for literally the hundreds of thousands of homes that are going to be needed. Additionally, they have also been developing model schools, and this we'll be doing, we've already got one model school and also the model home project starting in Kavri, in the village of Timel. And we are also working with the local government authorities to obtain the approvals and to meet the standards and regulations set by sort of also international organisations. So these are earthquake-proof buildings. As the people build their own homes and schools, they're also retaining the dignity. And this is vitally important because as they retain the empowerment, they don't become donor dependent. Populations that become donor dependent don't then revitalise their own economies and also reinstigate their own community empowerment. So by giving into the hand of the community the power to rebuild, to give them the encouragement, to give them the tools, to me this is the way of the future. Because the reality is this area of the Himalayas is earthquake prone. That's going to be something certainly well and truly past our lifetime. We need some help to rebuild this way. We want to provide the education, the tools, the technology to build safely with dignity. So if you can join hands with us and help many hands build together safely, that would be fantastic.